Braga lined into the Keene State dugout, and 2-2. One away, bottom 7. Beacons down a run, 3-2. Another 2-2 from St. Germain. Fouled away. Braga fights it off. So she's battling again. She'll see a 6th pitch of this at-bat. Still count is 2-2. Delivery from St. Germain. Off the plate away. Counts full. So that's another one of those battling at-bats for Braga, who represents the winning run. She'll see a 7th pitch of this outing. It's on the way. And it's high ball 4. Braga walks for the 2nd time. The winning run's aboard for Roxanne Vento, the leading hitter for the Beacons. Roxy's 2 for 3 today. 2 singles and an RBI. Single here could tie the game. A ball in the gap could win it for UMass Boston. Pitch to Vento in the dirt, gets away from the catcher Elwell, and everybody moves up. Braga to 2nd, Prusmack to 3rd. The rule of a pass ball, The winning run is only 2 bases from home. The tying run on 3rd, as the infield will come together for Keene State. So that's ruled a pass ball on Elwell. Vento at the dish, a 1-0 count. First base open. You wonder here if you walk Vento, set up the force play with 1 down. Of course, that would set things up for Gia Razkowski, senior cleanup hitter for the Beacons. One 1-0 to Vento in the dirt. Snap back to 3rd, very close, but not in time. Almost picked up Prusmack there on another ball in the dirt. 2 ball and no strike count. That was the 100th pitch of the day for St. Germain. 101, line through the hole, off the glove of Pacey. It's a base hit, and the game is tied. Prusmack scores. Vento has her 3rd hit and 2nd RBI of the game, and the winning run, Gigi Braga, is on 3rd base. So now Gia Razkowski trying to walk it off for the Beacons in a 3-3 game. Pinch runner is Kayla Harris taking over. So Harris goes in for Vento here in the bottom of the 7th. Her run important only if Braga somehow is erased from the base paths. Right now, Gigi Braga on 3rd is the winning run. Keene State has to bring the infield in here. So Razkowski will look to just shoot it through the infield or hit a sacrifice fly. Today, Gia is 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 3rd to go along with a ground out in the 1st and a ground out in the 5th.
Number 10, Kayla Harris. At the plate for the Beacons, number 16, Gia Razkowski.
Razkowski, first pitch swinging, ropes it foul. Saw that high pitch and knew it was something she could get in the air to the outfield to drive home the speedy Braga with a sac fly. Here comes the 0-1. Runner going. They'll just bluff the throw with Elwell. So the pinch runner Harris on to 2nd base with the steal. So that takes away the force. Look like Cara Fisk-Hennessy may have been asking if the runner Harris left early. Umpires say no. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 1 out. Infield is in. They'll have to come home with it with no forces available. 1-1 to Razkowski. Grounded foul. It's 1-2. Alyssa Tully is on deck for the Beacons. Senior Gia Razkowski looking for one of her biggest hits of the season. would move the Beacons to just one game back of Keene State in the conference standings. Popped up foul. In fact, it would move the Beacons only a half a game out behind Keene State in the standings, as Keene State 3-1, Beacons 3-3 in the conference. This is hit hard and foul. So a good battle by Raskowski. She'll see a sixth pitch of this at bat. Still 1-2. Winning run on third. That's Gigi Braga. Kayla Harris on second if need be. 1-2. Ground ball slowly hit to third. The third baseman Crosby throws across in time, and everybody stays put. So Raskowski grounds out, and it all comes down to Alyssa Tully here with 2 down. Tully has grounded out twice and sack bunted today. Sophomore from Lowell. First pitch drills it foul. Gigi Braga doing the limbo to just get underneath that one. Boy, that was just crushed by Tully, but foul. Molly St. Germain's 0-1. Ground ball right back to her. She fields, throws, and will go to extras. Beacons get the winning run to third, but cannot score on back-to-back groundouts. We go to inning number 8 on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Roxy Vento re-enters at catcher for UMass Boston as we head to the 8th inning. Beacons led 2-0 until the 6th. Keene State tied it at 2. Keene State took a 3-2 lead in the 7th. Beacons tied it in the bottom of the frame but left 2 in scoring position with only 1 out. UMass Boston has left 7 in scoring position today. So we'll play extra innings here. Jenny Galavati, who's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, digs in for Keene State. It's 3-4-5 in the order for the Owls. Galavati, the reigning offensive player of the week in the conference, takes ball 1. She was at the plate when Molly St. Germain was caught stealing to end the 7th. Jess Greenspan in her 8th inning of work has given up 3 runs on 1 walk and 9 hits. Breaking ball is low. It's 1-1. Of those 9 hits, you'd say maybe 3 to 4 were of the hard hit variety. She's pitched very well today. 2-0. Hit hard, left field, pretty deep. Long run in left center, and it's pulled in. Kiera Prusmack gets there. Prusmack in the gap next to Bonilla puts it away. 1 down. Well done by Kiera Prusmack out and left, and with 1 out, Olivia Indorf will bat. Indorf is 1 for 3. Her RBI single drove home the 2nd run of inning 6 for Keene State. She's twice grounded the pitcher as well. 1 ball, no strike count. Here comes the 1-0 from Greenspan. That's a strike on the inside corner. Counts 1-1. Greenspan dealing off the plate with a breaking ball. It's 2-1. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 8th for the Beacons, 6, 7, 8, Morse, Bonilla, and Mitsiaris due up. Here comes a 2-1. Grounded right into the screen. It's 2-2. Count holds it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down, top 8. 2 of the better teams in the conference picked 1 and 2 in the preseason poll and battling it out close here. Now a 2-2. Rises high and in. Count runs full. Jess Greenspan looking to avoid what would only be her 2nd walk of the day. She comes home and misses inside. So that's walk number 2 for Greenspan. She's right on her season pace, a walk about every 4 innings. Go-ahead run. Aidendorf is on as Eliza Guerrero will bat. Guerrero reached on an infield single in the 6th. She was stranded on 2nd. Pinch runner for Keene State is Joellen Horacio. So runner on first, 1 down. Batter is Eliza Guerrero. Pitch from Greenspan. Just missed the inside corner for ball 1. Wind still blowing out toward left field. 3-3 game. Greenspan, the freshman, really pitching her guts out. She's thrown almost 130 pitches in this first game. Missed outside there. 2 ball, no strike count. 3-3 game. Runner on first after the walk. Here comes the 2-0. Popped up, foul territory, long run at third, and Tolley can't get there. 2 balls and a strike. So 1 down here in this 8th inning. Keene State has scored 2 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th. After the Beacons scored 1 in the bottom of the 7th to send it to extras. We're here in the 8th. This is popped up center field. Playable for Bonilla. There's 2 away. First chance for Giovanna Bonilla today. 2 down. Brittany DeMota bats. DeMota 0 for 2. She's walked. She has lined out and she has struck out.
Now batting, number 3, Brittany DeMota.
DeMota entered today a .229 batter. She has played in every game for Keene State this season, one of just 3 players. Ground ball slowly hit to short. Braga's there, steps into her throw, and it's on the money. A perfect strike. Jess Greenspan works around a 1-out walk. Beacons have a chance to win it, heading to the bottom of the 8th in a 3-3 game. We go to the bottom of the 8th. UMass Boston tied at 3-3 with Keene State in the first of 2 today here in Boston. 6, 7, 8 for the Beacons. Captain Caitlin Morse and Giovanna Bonilla for her 2nd at-bat of the day. And Lauren Mitsiaris due up for the Beacons. Molly St. Germain pitching for her 8th inning of work. She allowed 2 runs over the first 3 innings, only 1 run since back in the 7th. And she pitched her way out of a jam. Runners on 2nd and 3rd and only 1 out in the bottom of the 7th. Opportunity to win the game for the Beacons. She got 2 back-to-back groundouts to end it and force extras. Morris, first pitch swinging, slow roller to second. Votto's there. The throw and a close play. In time to get Morse. Very close play, but it goes the defense's way. Score it 4-3. 1 quick out in the bottom of the 8th. And now it's Giovanna Bonilla looking for her 3rd hit of her collegiate career. She's 2 for 25 in her freshman season. Won it back today. She grounded out to the pitcher back in the 6th. Fists this one straight to short, and that's easy for Pacey. First pitch out. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 8th for St. Germain, who again seems to be getting better and better as the game goes on. Here's Lauren Mitziaris, the senior, looking for her first hit of the day. She's 0 for 3. 3 groundouts. Does have home run power. First pitch swinging, hammers this one down the line and left, up into the wind. It's gone! Oh, ruled a foul ball. No! Hooking at the end. We're right on the line. That was a very close call. I personally thought it looped around the foul pole, but others say they thought maybe it was between the flagpole and the foul pole. It's a long strike 1 for Lauren Mitziaris. Mitziaris takes a ball, 1-1. A very close play for Lauren Mitziaris, who has to regroup here at 1-1. And she takes outside for a ball. Now just looking to get on base, representing that winning run. And Kiera Prusmack is the 9-hole hitter. 2-1. Mitziaris hits it hard, center field, falling quickly. Diving play in center. Wow, Eliza Guerrero picks it off the turf, and that's out number 3. We will head to the 9th, still tied here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. All right, we go to the 9th here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Boy, that was what an ending to the 8th inning. First, Lauren Mitziaris hits one just foul that would have been a walk-off home run. Then a diving play in center by the center fielder, Eliza Guerrero, takes a hit away. So we move to the 9th. Keene State will send out 7, 8, 9. Crosby, Boduk, and Pacey. Scheduled for 2 7-inning games today. We've already gone overtime here in Game 1. Into the 9th. First pitch to Crosby is a strike. Shea Crosby Jr. from Salem, Connecticut. She's generally a right-handed batter, but this at-bat going up, standing as a lefty, trying to slap away. 0-1. Slaps to this one perfectly to short. Braga's got it on one hop. Her throw, not in time. So Shea Crosby elects to slap this time and does it to a T. It's a base hit and leadoff runner on for Keene State in the 9th. Brings up Kristen Boduk, 265 hitter this season, 1 for 3 today. She bunted for a base hit in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th, and tried to bunt for a base hit in the 7th, but grounded out. Bunts this one straight down to 3rd, and it dies as a fair ball. Another bunt single for Boduk. The 7 and 8 batters have reached for Keene State here in the top of the 9th. And we'll see a pinch hitter, Brooke Aruda, the freshman from Pawcatuck, Connecticut. So Aruda will hit for Pacey, who is 0 for 3 this season. Brooke Aruda has played in 10 games. She is 9 for 21. So 9 for 21 in a pinch hit role. That's a .429 batting average, 3 doubles, 5 RBIs. Great opportunity here for Aruda to open this game up in the top of inning number 9 with 2 on and nobody out. Pitch from Greenspan, line down the line and right. Running catch, Raskowski gets there. Runner tags at second and heads to third. So Crosby's in safely after the hesitation. Fly out to right field is the first out of the inning, but turn the lineup over to Kayla Votto, who has been phenomenal today. 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a triple, and 2 runs scored. Go-ahead run at third base. Beacons have the corners in right now, staying back up the middle. So a ground ball up the middle will drive in a run and give Keene State the lead in the 9th. Pitch from Jess Greenspan. Outside for a ball. Interesting decision to leave the middle infielders back here. (1-0). Ground ball, left of third, 1-1. Of course, you could get that steal first play with runners on the corners. Boduk's a speedy runner anyway. Would be surprised to see the Beacons throw through in that situation. (1-1). That's inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch coming from Jess Greenspan in her 9th inning of work for UMass Boston. 2-1. Hit hard down the line and left, falling quickly. Prusmack makes the catch. Runner tagging. The throw to Crosby, and Crosby safe. Sliding in ahead of Vento. Keene State leads on a sacrifice fly. Boduk moves to second. Kayla Votto continues her hot game. Her 13th RBI of the year on a sac fly to go along with 3 hits and 2 runs scored.
Now batting number 13, Molly St. Germain.
So it's 4-3 Keene State, runner on second, and Molly St. Germain, who's also 3 for 4 today, will hit. The top 2 spots in the Keene State order are 6 for 8 today, Votto and St. Germain. Pitch is low to St. Germain, who once again finds herself in line for the win inside the pitcher's circle when she heads back out in the 9th. (1-0). Hit in the air, right field, pretty deep. Raskowski settles underneath it and puts it away. That's the 3rd out of the inning, but Keene State scores. So the Owls lead 4-3, heading to the bottom of the 9th on the Beacons Broadcast Network. We move to the bottom of the 9th. UMass Boston needs at least 1 run to tie this game, 2 to win it. Same spot they were in going into the bottom of the 7th when the Beacons scored 1 to extend the game. And the same spot in the order is up here in the 9th. Kiera Prusmack will lead things off in the 9th spot. And then it's Ari Bellata and Gigi Braga Prusmack is 3 for 3 today, 3 singles, including the game-tying run in the 7th after she singled on a ground ball to short. Prusmack hitting it better than .410 on the season. She has 7 hits over her last 3 games. Pitch from Molly St. Germain, and Prusmack bunts through it for strike 1. UMass Boston led 2-0 into the 6th. Keene State scored 2 runs to tie it in the 6th. They took the 3-2 lead in the top of the 7th. Beacons tied it in the bottom of the 7th, and now Keene State has jumped on top here in the top of the 9th on a sac fly by Kayla Votto. Prusmack pops it up right side, and the first baseman puts it away. Olivia Indorf, who's just re-entered, snatches out number 1. Here comes Ari Bellotta. Top of the order for UMass Boston. Bellotta's 1 for 3 today, a single and a run back in the first. She has twice popped out and once bunted. Takes inside for a ball. Remember, last inning the game nearly ended. Lauren Mitsiaris hit one home run distance, very close, fair or foul, ruled a foul ball. So we played on here to the 9th. This is pop foul. If the Beacons do not come back here, they'll leave themselves some opportunities to think about. They've left 7 runners in scoring position. They had runners on 2nd and 3rd with just 1 out in the 7th in a tie game. An opportunity to walk off. Back-to-back ground outs, send it to extra innings. Popped up again inside the infield. The third baseman, Crosby, puts it away, and Keene State is 1 out away from winning a 9-inning rock fight. If Gigi Braga can reach, turn the line up to Roxy Vento, who is 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Braga's been on twice today. She's 0 for 1, a sac bunt, 2 walks, and a ground out. Braga takes a strike. Both walks have seen at least 7 pitches, a 9-pitch walk in the 3rd, a 7-pitch walk in the 7th. 0-1, catches the plate as well. Count moves to 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Keene State wins a 9-inning back-and-forth battle. Only the 2nd strikeout for Molly St. Germain, who picks up the win. Oh, a tough one for the Beacons. They fall to 16-8, 3-4 in the season. Keene State moves to 12-10, 3-2 on the season. Keene State wins 4-3 with a couple of runs in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, and 1 in the 9th. Your winning RBI belongs to Kayla Votto. Molly St. Germain improves her record to 10-4. Jess Greenspan, the tough luck loser, she falls to 12-6. Game 2 coming up in only about 25 minutes, so we'll play Game 22 next on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Clark Athletic Center. We're set for game number 2 between UMass Boston and Keene State. Bill Spalding with you on Little East.TV. Keene State won game one 4-3 in 9 innings. So now the Owls are 4-1 in first place in the Little East Conference, 13-9 overall. UMass Boston 16-8, 3-4 in the conference. So they're currently a game and a half behind Keene State. They'll look to win this one to move within a half a game of Keene State by the end of the day. Your pitching matchup in Game 2, Megan Hoban for UMass Boston against Molly St. Germain, who will pitch for the second consecutive game for Keene State. St. Germain just went 9 innings last time out. She'll come right on back again and pitch. For Hoban, this will be her 7th appearance. It'll be her 6th start. Hoban this season is 2-2 with a 4.42 ERA. She's pitched 25 1/3 innings, given up 25 hits. She has walked 18 and struck out 10. Here are the lineups for Game 2 of the doubleheader for Keene State. Game 1 hero Kayla Votto leads things off, bats first. Molly St. Germain bats second and pitches. Jenny Galavati is the designated player. Then it's Olivia Indorf, the first baseman. In the 5-hole, Eliza Guerrero, she's the center fielder. Brooke Aruda, the third baseman, bats 6th. Batting 7th, Brittany DeMota, she's the right fielder. In the 8-hole, it's Kristen Boduck, the left fielder. And the shortstop, Shay Crosby, bats 9th. For UMass Boston, their lineup looks like this in game number 2. Ari Bellotta, the right fielder, a freshman, leads things off. And then it's Kiera Prusmack, who has 7 hits in her last 3 games. She moves from the 9 spot to the 2 spot and plays left field. Roxy Vento, the catcher, will bat 3rd. She's followed by cleanup batter designated player Gia Razkowski. Caitlin Morse plays second base and hits 5th today. Alyssa Tully down from the 5 spot to the 6 spot. She'll play 3rd base and bat 6th. Lauren Mitziari has moved up from the 8 spot to the 7 spot. She bats 7th and plays first base. In the 8 hole, it's Taylor Paulina, who left last game with an injury, but she's back in center field ready to go. And Gigi Braga rounds out the order. Braga is the shortstop. These two teams getting psyched up. We will be racing the sun a bit here in game number 2. First pitch will be right around 6 o'clock. Sunset today in Boston is officially at 7:30, so we have an hour and a half of daylight to go in an effort to try to get 7 innings in. We were on an hour and a half pace for game number 1 before Keene State tied the game in the 6th inning, and then we went to extra innings and went through the 9th. Now you get a look at Megan Hoban's numbers this season, the freshman from Bedford, Massachusetts. I just gave them to you, a 4.42 ERA, a 2-2 record. When she's not a walking hitter, she is very effective, but she does have 18 walks in 25 2/3 innings. So Hoban, bit of a change of pace from what you saw in game 1 from Greenspan. Jess Greenspan, a little more of a power pitcher. Hoban is a finesse pitcher. She throws a lot of off speed. She works the corners, and she'll pitch to contact if she can. Leading us off in game number 2 will be Kayla Votto. Votto was 3 for 4 in game 1. She scored 2 runs, and she drove in the game-winning run with an RBI sacrifice fly in the 9th. Umpires have flipped places. Susanna Dorley is now the home plate umpire. Peter Moscofian mans the field. First pitch to senior Kayla Dorley from Megan Hoban upcoming. First pitch at 5:59. Game 2 is underway with ball 1. Only one change in the defensive alignment for UMass Boston in this second game of the doubleheader, as Hoban finds the strike zone. Ari Bellotta, who was the designated player in game 1, moves into right field, taking the place of Gia Razkowski, who moves to DP for this second game of the doubleheader. 1-1 from Megan Hoban. That's a strike as well. It's 1-2. Rounding out that Beacon defense, the center fielder Taylor Paulina, the left fielder Kiera Prusmack. Alyssa Tully plays third base. Gigi Braga plays short. Caitlin Morse is the second baseman. Lauren Mitziar is at first, and the catcher is Roxy Vento. 1-2. Fly ball center field. That's up for Paulina, testing her ankle early, and she makes the catch. Left the game with a minor injury in game 1, but back in game 2, and she puts it away. So 1 down, and here's Molly St. Germain, who will do yeoman's work today. She pitched 9 innings in game 1, and she's scheduled here to start game 2 as well. 3 hits in 5 at-bats in Game 1 for Molly St. Germain, who's hitting better than .400 this season. St. Germain takes low for a ball. Runs scored and an RBI last game for St. Germain. Her RBI was her 10th of the season. (1-0). That catches the outside corner. Ball and a strike for Hoban. It's cold today, and with the sun going behind the clouds, getting even colder. Temperature only in the mid to lower 40s. Shadows right now between the mound and home plate. Advantage pitcher. Rise ball from Hoban is a ball. The shadows will be that way really for only this half inning and maybe the rest of the first inning. Whole infield will be in shadows by the time we get to the second or third inning, and the outfield will be in shadows likely by the fourth or fifth inning. Hoban's pitch popped up, foul, and out of play. 2-ball, 2-strike count to the 2-hole hitter, Molly St. Germain. She's a sophomore from Dover, New Hampshire. 2-2. Line drive, right side and through for a base hit. St. Germain is singled. She's on her way to second, and she gets there standing up. Molly St. Germain doubles with 1 down as Keene State's right back at it here in the first. So 1 out, base runner. Here's Jenny Galavati. Was 10 for her last 14 coming in. 0 for 4 in Game 1 with a couple of strikeouts. Did drive one in the 9th inning, a fly ball to deep left field. Grounds this one hard to third. Tully stays down off the short hop. Long throw is on the money. Galavati retired 5-3. Molly St. Germain moves up 60 feet to third with 2 down. So 2 away for Olivia Indorf. Indorf picked up one of Keene State's 4 RBIs in the first game of today's doubleheader. Indorf, a junior from South Portland, Maine. It takes low for ball 1. Mentioned it in Game 1. Every state in New England outside of Rhode Island is represented in Keene State's roster. Players from Vermont, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and Maine. 1-0. Way up and outside. Count moves to 2-0. Again, started a little bit tardy here in this second game due to a 9-inning Game 1, so we'll be racing sunlight from now until sunset at 7:30. Foul back to the screen. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Keene State up to 4-1 in the conference, 13-9 overall after the extra inning win in Game 1. They're now a half game ahead of Western Connecticut State. Westcott currently playing Game 1 of its doubleheader with Rhode Island College. Fly ball down the line, foul territory right side, and it gets down out of play. In between everybody. 2-ball, 2-strike count to Olivia Indorf with 2 down and a runner on third here in the first. Hoban towing the rubber. Her pitch. Ground ball hits slowly to short. Gigi Braga gobbles it up. Her throw is in time. She beats Indorf by half a step, but fumbles the ball. It dropped out of her mitt. Lauren Mitsiaris lost it at the end. It's an error on the first baseman, Lauren Mitsiaris, and Molly St. Germain scores. Wow, that throw was right on the money from Braga. Keene State leads 1-0 in the first. So now hitting Eliza Guerrero, popping it up. Catcher Vento runs and puts it away for the out. Well, that's it for the top of the first. We'll move to the bottom of inning number 1. 1-0 Keene State here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Molly St. Germain back in the circle. She's already pitched 9 innings today, picking up the win in Game 1. That improved her record this season to 10-4, and she picked up her 11th complete game. She's finished all 11 games she started this season. She's pitched in 17 games overall. Now pitched 94 innings, given up 84 hits. She's allowed 24 earned runs, an ERA of about 1.82. Just 17 walks to go against 62 strikeouts for Molly St. Germain. Lineup for UMass Boston: Ari Bellata, the right fielder, followed by Kiera Prusmack, the left fielder, then Roxy Vento, the catcher, Gia Raskowski, the DP, Caitlin Morse plays second base, Alyssa Tully's the third baseman, Lauren Mitsiaris bats seventh, plays first, Taylor Paulina is the center fielder batting eighth, and Bellata starts the game with a first pitch single. Bottom of the first, Beacons have an opening base runner as Ari Bellata has her second hit of the day. Finishing off that lineup, Gigi Braga, the shortstop, is the 9-hole hitter for the Beacons. So 2 hits today for Ari Bellata. If you're UMass Boston here, you're seeing St. Germain for either the 4th or 5th time today. So you can start to figure her out. Kiera Prusmack slashes at this one. It's foul. Prusmack was on base 3 times in 4 at-bats in game number 1. She has 7 hits now over her last 3 games. Prusmack, a freshman from Houston, Texas. Beacons already down 1-0. This is bunted foul. 0-2 count to Kiera Prusmack with Ari Bellata on first, nobody out, bottom 1, and Roxy Vento on deck. Popped into left field and down. Base hit. Kiera Prusmack's 4th hit of the day and her 8th hit over the Beacons' last 3 games. So Kiera Prusmack keeps hitting. The Beacons start 2 for 2. 2 on, nobody out for Roxy Vento. Vento was 3 for 4 in game 1 against St. Germain with 2 RBIs. It's an opportunity for Vento to keep on swinging, hitting .450 this season as she fouls off the first pitch. Vento's 2 RBIs in game 1 give her 22 RBIs so far this season. 0-1 to Vento, in tight for a ball. Ball and a strike to catcher Roxy Vento. 3-hole hitter in this order as the Beacons look to jump out with a big number. 10th inning of work today for Molly St. Germain, who pitched a complete game in game 1. And this is low, 2-1 to Vento. Bellata and Prusmack have each singled to set the table. Wind is blowing out toward left field today. Vento takes a ball, it's 3-1. There it comes from Molly St. Germain. Hit hard, up the middle, and through for a base hit. Bellata rounds third, stumbles down, and she'll have to scamper back to third. May have re-aggravated that injury from game number 1. No, excuse me, that was Paulina. Bellata stepped on the bag and just went down immediately. So the training staff will come out and check on her. Boy, that didn't look great. Just crumpled as she rounded third after the 3rd straight single to start this first inning. Beacons already saw Taylor Paulina injure her leg back in game 1. Now Bellata looks like she's trying to keep herself in the game as she stretches it out along third base. So Ari Bellata on third, working things out with the training staff, and it looks like she may be replaced. She's taking the helmet off, and here she comes. Zari Bellotta will head off the field. Second Beacon outfielder injury of the day. Bellotta exits. Talia Ardenga will be forced to make an early change. And the Beacons will send in Giovanna Bonilla. So an injury replacement for the second straight game.
For UMass Boston, number 5, Giovanna Bonilla.
So Bonilla in at third. 3 straight singles to start the bottom of the first for UMass Boston. Did give Molly St. Germain a break to try and regroup there as the training staff tended to Bellotta. And now Gia Razkowski bats.
Now batting number 16, Gia
Razkowski had 1 hit in game 1. 18 RBIs this season. Pop up to short. That would have been the infield fly, and it's caught immediately by Shea Crosby. 1 out. Bases still loaded for Caitlin Morse. Remember, in game 1, an extra inning, 1-run loss. The Beacons left 7 runners on base.
Now batting number 7, Caitlin Camo Morse.
In game 2, bases loaded early, trying to pick up those runs. Caitlin Morse, the captain, takes ball 1. Morse, a senior from Arlington, Massachusetts, played at Arlington High School. Lines this one hard, but foul. Slashed it wide of the left field line. Count moves to 1-1 on Morse. Morse and Roxy Vento, both out of Arlington High School. 3 and 5 hitters in the Beacons order. Morse has been all over the batting order this season. She's led off. She's hit in other spots, including the 6th spot, and today in the 5 spot. Grounder to St. Germain, to home for 1. Elwell back to first, not in time. Fielder's choice, Morse reaches, but Bonilla is retired, and St. Germain is 1 out away from escaping a bases loaded, nobody out jam. Remember, 3 straight singles to start the game for UMass Boston in the bottom of the first. Alyssa Tully's the batter, and she takes a called strike 1. Tully, a sophomore, hitting at .333 on this season with 5 RBIs. Rise ball is high. Beacons trail 1-0 after a 1-run top of the first for Keene State. 1-1. Fly ball, left field, medium depth. Boduk's there, and she's got it. Molly St. Germain retires 3 in a row after loading the bases. Beacons do not score and leave 3 on base. We head to the second. 1-0 Keene State. To the second we go, game 2 of a doubleheader. Keene State took game 1, 4-3 in extra innings. Game 2, 1-0 Keene State after Molly St. Germain doubled and scored in the first. St. Germain came home on an error on first baseman Lauren Mitsiaris, so the lone Keene State run unearned as Megan Hoban works her second inning, and she'll face Brooke Aruda to start it. Aruda, a freshman, hitting at .429 on the season, but she waves at this one. Aruda pinch hit in game one, had just the one at bat. This is her 7th start of the season. She's 9 for 22. 0-1 to Aruda. That's a strike on the outside corner. The off speed from Hoban brings the count to 0-2. .0-2 delivery. Cold, strike 3 on the outside corner. Megan Hoban picks up her first strikeout of the day and her 11th this season.
Now batting number 3, Brittany DeMota.
One down for Brittany DeMota, the right fielder. DeMota has started all 22 games for Keene State this season. This is her 23rd consecutive start to start the year. Pitch low for ball 1. DeMota's a junior out of Monroe, Connecticut. Watches the rise ball high. Entered today hitting at .229 on the season. Here's the 2-0. Popped up foul. 2 balls and a strike. Keene State 38-3 all time against UMass Boston, including the win earlier today. A little bit of payback for last year's Beacons Little East semifinal win. Pfister, first base side, bouncing foul away from Mitsiaris. Of course, Keene State's the defending regular season Little East champion. 11-3 in conference play last year. UMass Boston looking for its first official home win. 0-4 now at home, though theoretically they're 1-5 at this field. Ball fouled away down the line and out of play again. Remember, those Plymouth State games played a couple of weeks back were technically Plymouth State home games, so that the Beacons got 1 win in 2 games. They don't count as home wins. UMass Boston now 0-4 at home, and with just 6 runs scored. They get 8 runs scored. Quick math there. 5 runs in 21 innings coming in. Now 8 runs scored in 30 innings at home. Pfister towards second. Morse corrals it and throws in time. 2 quick outs for Megan Hoban in the circle, and she'll face Kristen Boduck. Boduck twice singled with bunts back in game number 1 of the doubleheader. She is a switch hitter, and here she'll bat from the right-hand side. She was 2 for 4 overall in game 1. Watches high and inside for a ball. Boduck seems like one of those that swings away from the right side, looks to slap hit or bunt from the left side. This is a 1-0 to Boduck. Up and away for a ball, 2-0. Boduck, a sophomore from Dover, New Hampshire, high school teammates and classmates with the starting pitcher, Molly St. Germain. Here's a 2-0 to Boduck. That's a called strike at the knees. Beacon freshman Megan Hoban out of Bedford, Massachusetts. Up in the count, 2-1. Her delivery way out of the zone. It's 3-1. Hoban had some walk issues recently. She's walked 18 in 26 2/3 innings. 3-1 to Boduck. That's outside, ball 4. So Boduck walks on 5 pitches. She's a base runner with 2 down in the second. 9-hole hitter Shea Crosby will bat. Crosby, a junior from Salem, Connecticut, out of East Lyme High School. Pitch from Hoban, first pitch swinging, fly ball right field, straight to Bonilla, and she puts it away. Joanna Bonilla with the catch out in right field, and that's the third out of inning 2. Hoban works around a 2-out walk. We go to the bottom of the second, still 1-0 Keene State. We move to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Keene State. Beacons loaded the bases with nobody out in the first, but Molly St. Germain came back to get 3 consecutive beacons. Forced Raskowski to pop to short, got Caitlin Morse to bounce into a fielder's choice back to the mound, and Alyssa Tully to fly out to left to end that first inning. 7-8-9 for UMass Boston. Lauren Mitsiaris, Taylor Paulina, and Gigi Braga for the Beacons. Mitsiaris is 0 for 4 in game 1, trying to get herself going here in game number 2. Senior, a .328 hitter coming into the day, and she takes ball 1. Beacons 16-8 on the season. They left Florida 9-1. Great start to the year. Pitch misses down and away for a ball. It's 2-0. Seem to be getting things going before a little bit of a step back over the past couple of weeks, but turn the corner again. Mitsiaris pounds this one foul with the sweep over the weekend against UMass Dartmouth. That foul ball reminds you of the 8th inning game 1 when Lauren Mitsiaris just missed a walk-off home run. Ball ruled foul on a borderline ball near the foul pole in left. Swinging at the 2-1, Mitsiaris fouls this away and moves the count to 2-2. Nobody out, bottom 2. Beacons trail 1-0. Molly St. Germain pitching her 11th inning today. And she gets Mitsiaris with the rise ball. First strikeout in game 2, third today for Mitsiaris overall. .108, Taylor Paulina is the batter.
Now batting number 15, Taylor Paulina.
Paulina flew to center in her first at-bat of game number 1. Here she drives it through the hole for a base hit. So Paulina, who left game 1 with an injury, comes through with the 1-out single. She's a base runner and has the Beacons' 4th hit of game 2. Brings up Gigi Braga.
Now batting number 3, Gigi Braga.
Braga was 0 for 2 in game number 1. She walked twice, scored a run, bunted, grounded out, and struck out. Braga takes high, ball 1. Gigi entered the day with a .313 batting average and 5 RBIs. 1-0. Away from the catcher, Elwell. That's a pass ball as Paulina makes it into second. Bounced off Elwell's mitt. Braga now has a runner in scoring position to work with. 2-ball, no strike count to Gigi Braga, the 9-hole hitter. Then the lineup turns back over. Braga takes outside for a ball. Remember, of course, in the number 1 spot now, Giovanna Bonilla replacing Ari Bellata, who left the first inning after injuring her ankle rounding third. 3-0 count to Braga. There's strike 1. 3-1. Ground ball slowly hit to short. Check back to the runner. The throw from the shortstop Crosby across for one. Runner gets to third. Paulina. Ball's backed up well by Crosby at short to make sure that there was no room for Paulina to get home on that wild throw the other way. So score it 6-3. Crosby across to Indorf. Paulina on third with 2 down, and Giovanna Bonilla batting.
Now batting, number 5, Giovanna Bonilla.
Bonilla was 0 for 2 in game 1 as a defensive replacement for Paulina, who was injured. She's now 2 for 26 this season. First pitch to Bonilla from Molly St. Germain is a strike. St. Germain's pitched through 11 innings of work today, allowing just 3 earned runs. She has stranded 9 runners in scoring position. Bonilla pops this one up, long run in foul territory, and the second baseman Votto gets there. So the Beacons stranded another runner in scoring position, their 3rd of game 2, their 10th of the day, and we head to the 3rd with Keene State still leading 1-0. We move to the top of the 3rd, racing the sunlight here in Boston. About an hour of daylight left. Keene State leads 1-0 as Megan Hoban pitches for the Beacons. Kayla Votto, the leadoff batter for Keene State, grounds one to third. Fair ball, third baseman Tully, and now the umpire changes her call to foul. Originally pointed fair, pulled up foul. Does seem like the right call. So strike one to Kayla Votto. Votto flew out to center to start the game. In game 1, she was 3 for 4. 2 runs scored, a triple, 2 singles, a sacrifice fly that drove in the game-winning run to boot. Votto fists this one up behind home plate. Vento gives it a look, and it's out of play. No ball, 2-strike count to Kayla Votto, the leadoff batter, against Megan Hoban, Beacon's second pitcher of the day. Jess Greenspan pitched game 1. Pitched well, but earned the loss in a 9-inning outing. That's way low, slipped out of Hoban's hand, so the count moves to 1-2. Chilly, breezy day in Boston. Temperatures have dipped well below 50 and now below 45 degrees with the wind blowing out hard to left. Here comes a 1-2. Up and away for a ball. It's 2-2. Megan Hoban's 2-2 pitch popped up. First base side. Mitzi Yaris gives it a look. Wind blows it back and down, foul. Boy, it looked like that ball might have been ticketed out of play. The wind's blowing so fiercely that it ended up bouncing only about 3 feet foul on the dirt. So Votto will see another pitch as she continues to battle Hoban here. Here's a 2-2. Ball's off the plate away, and the count runs full. Votto has fouled off a couple of pitches. She will see her 8th pitch of this at-bat. Here it comes. Rise ball, ball 4. 8-pitch walk for Kayla Votto to lead off the third, with Keene State already leading 1-0.
Now batting number 13, Molly St. Germain.
Just need to get through 5 innings for an official game today. So that's 3 innings in the next hour. 5 innings to wrap up an official game. Need to get through 7 innings, of course, for a regulation game. Molly St. Germain, the pitcher, pops up the first pitch, foul and out of play. Well, game 1 was rolling and looked like we'd have no issues with daylight, but Keene State was able to come back from 2-0 down in the 6th, tie the game, took the lead in the 7th. Beacons tied it in the bottom of the 7th. We went to 9 innings. That's why we're racing the light here. Pitch is up and away for a ball, and the count's 1-1. Kayla Votto on first after a walk, on base for the 4th time today. 1-1 to Molly St. Germain, way high, it's 2-1. 2 walks already today from Megan Hoban through 2 1/3. Here comes the 2-1. That's ruled a ball. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch, hit in the air, right field, fairly deep. Bonilla's there, and she's got it. Molly St. Germain down on a loud out. She falls to 1 for 2 in game 2 and 3 for 6 overall in the doubleheader. Brings up Jenny Galavati. Galavati is looking to get things going in this doubleheader. She's 0 for her first 5, but she's a .435 hitter with 6 home runs and 27 RBIs. So you can only keep her down for so long. Grounded out to third back in the first inning after an 0 for 4 game 1. Runner going. Vento's throw on the money and in time. Kayla Votto's caught stealing. Good tag by Gigi Braga at short. So now 2 down, the base is empty. And a 1-ball, no-strike count to Galavati. Here comes a 1-0 pitch from Megan Hoban to Jenny Galavati. It's a called strike, brings the count to 1-1. Hoban checks the wristband. Now delivers. Fastball lined into left field, and Galavati has her first hit of the day. It rolls to the wall. She's churning for second. The throw from Prusmack's late. Stand-up double for Jenny Galavati. It's her 7th extra base hit in the last 6 Keene State games.
Now batting number 22, Olivia Indorf.
So she's in scoring position, and now the question is what would have been if Kayla Votto hadn't been caught stealing. Instead of maybe a run home and 1 down, runner on second and 2 outs for Olivia Indorf. Reached on an error that scored Molly St. Germain in the first. Indorf pounds this one to center. Over the top of the center fielder, Paulina. Galavati can trot home. Indorf's into second. An RBI stand-up double. 2-0 Keene State. Just like that, back-to-back doubles with 2 down. So far, the difference of the day is 2 out hitting. Beacons have left 10 runners in scoring position. Keene State has come through with key at-bats with 2 outs.
Now batting number 6, Eliza.
With 2 outs, Eliza Guerrero hits. 2 home runs this season for Guerrero to go along with 5 RBIs. Pops the first one up, foul territory. Vento's there, and she's got it. That's the 3rd out of the inning, but not before Keene State scores another run after 2.5. 2-0 Keene State on the Beacons Broadcast Network. We move to the bottom of the 3rd. Keene State makes a defensive change. Michaela Pacey takes over for Shea Crosby at shortstop. Pacey was the Game 1 shortstop as well. So Pacey into the 9th spot in the order. She'll be due up 4th in the top of the 4th. 2-0 Keene State. Bottom 4, here's Kiera Prusmack. Prusmack is 4 for 5 today. She has 7 hits over the Beacons' last 2 pairs of doubleheaders. 4 hits against UMass Dartmouth, 3 today. Make it 4. She shoots it over the top of the left fielder, Boduk. Prusmack is chugging for 3rd and puts on the brakes there with a stand-up triple. Kiera Prusmack hammers that one. Her 5th hit of the day. She's hitting over .415 in her freshman season. The Beacons have another runner in scoring position. They've left runners in scoring position in both the 1st and the 2nd inning. Batter is Roxy Vento. Didn't even have enough time to finish taking off her catcher's gear because Prusmack swung at the first pitch. Vento's out and ready to rumble now. Singled in the 1st inning, her 4th hit of the day. She was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs in Game 1. It's a situation where you expect Vento to be able to do the job and get the runner home. 1-0 from Molly St. Germain. Ground ball, high chopper to 2nd. Prusmack scores on the underhanded flip from Votto to 1st. It's an RBI ground out for Roxy Vento, her 3rd RBI today and her 23rd of this season. Beacons now trail 2-1. Brings up Gia Razkowski, popped out to short back in the 1st. Razkowski leads the Beacons with 3 home runs this season and takes a called ball here. Surprisingly, the ball has stayed in the yard today. Yes, this is not an amazing home run park, but the wind blowing out to left field today, you would have expected to see at least 1 home run. Razkowski nubs it to 3rd. Arguda charging, throws way late. Razkowski's safe, and now the ball gets down the line. Razkowski taking off for 2nd. She's in. Should be a single and then an E5 to send Razkowski to 2nd. So a base hit and an error. The first error from either side today. Razkowski in scoring position as the tying run here in the 3rd. And again, it may seem early, only the 3rd inning, but with the issues in terms of sunsetting about 45 minutes from now, game could end before the 7th. Swinging bunt from Caitlin Morse, and she's safe. Infield single. Razkowski coming home, slides around the tag and scores. RBI single for Caitlin Morse. She takes 2nd on the throw. Great base running from Gia Razkowski to slide around the catcher, Julia Elwell. So Prusmack's triple followed by an infield single for Razkowski and a single for Morse on a swinging bunt. Beacons dinking and dunking their way to Keene State the same way Keene State did the Beacons in Game 1. meeting on the mound with the Keene State infield. They've done this a couple of times, their own meetings on the mound without the coaching staff. 2-2 game, 1 down, bottom 3. Alyssa Tully into the batter's box for UMass Boston. 1 for 5 on the day. She flew out in the first inning here in game 2. Tully takes a called strike on the inside corner. Her flyout was the 3rd consecutive out after the Beacons had loaded the bases in the first. Did not score. 0-1. Line drive. Diving play at third. Aruda took it away. Great catch from Aruda, but she's slow to get back up. May have fallen awkwardly there after picking up the second out. Here comes the training staff again. It's cold today. The dirt is hard. Aruda also could have been lunging in that situation. Well, tough thing for Keene State is last game with Pacey at short, the third baseman was Crosby. Crosby just left the game because Pacey took over at shortstop, which means you have to go somewhere else on the bench if Aruda's unable to go. Aruda's saying she's okay, and it looks like she may stay in this game. Yeah, she's waving off the training staff. She says she's good. Now sharing a laugh with Beacon third base coach Josh Bartley. So Aruda's good. Lauren Mitsiaris will bat here. She struck out back in the second. 0 for 5 on the day for the Beacons. Mitsiaris takes low. Look at the jump out at second base for Caitlin Morse, one of the best base runners the Beacons have. She was almost halfway to third there. St. Germain Windmills. Morse running. She's into third. It's a stolen base for Caitlin Morse. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Lauren Mitsiaris with a runner on third. The go-ahead run for the Beacons with 2 already home here in this third inning. Mitsiaris fouls it back. Ball and 2 strikes. Remember, she struck out on a rise ball in her last at-bat going up out of the zone. One-two, ground ball through the hole, left side, base hit. RBI single for Lauren Mitsiaris. Scores Caitlin Morse. Beacons lead. That's Mitsiaris' 17th RBI of the season. A 3-run inning for UMass Boston. And again, remember, this game might not make it 7. May only make it 5 or 6. So the Beacons take the lead in the twilight. Taylor Paulina takes a called strike on the outside corner. Paulina's 1 for 1 in game 2, singled on a hard hit ball to left. Paulina fouls this one back to move the count to 0-2. Now here comes the 0-2 pitch from St. Germain. Grounded hard to short. Knocked down. Throw across just in time. Michaela Pacey sticks with it and gets Taylor Paulina by a half a step. That does it for the third, but not before the Beacons score 3 runs on 4 hits. Beacons leave 1 on base. We head to inning number 4. UMass Boston leads 3-2. We go to the fourth. UMass Boston leads for the first time in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Beacons lost Game 1, 4-3 in extra innings to Keene State. Keene State now 4-1 in the conference to lead the Little East. UMass Boston has fallen to 3-4. 3 runs in the bottom of the third for the Beacons to jump in front, 3-2. Megan Hoban gets to work with the lead here in the fourth. Brooke Aruda, the 6-hole hitter, leads things off. Struck out in her first at-bat. Takes low here. Aruda entered today at 9 for 21. That put her at 429 on the season. Since then, she is 0 for 2. She pinch hit in Game 1, struck out here in Game 2, so now 9 for 23. And that's a strike. Ball and a strike to Aruda. It's currently 6:46. Sunset is 7:30 in Boston. So Beacons trying to at least get 6 more outs to make this an official game. 1-1 in the dirt. 2-1. Two ball, 1 strike count. Hoban working against Aruda. Aruda pops it up foul and out of play. Count moves to 2-2. Brooke Aruda, freshman out of Pawcatuck, Connecticut, and Stonington High School. That's the furthest eastern town in Connecticut, southeastern corner of the state, just across the border from Westerly, Rhode Island. She fouls this one back to the screen. The count stays at 2-2. (3-2) UMass Boston, top 4. This doubleheader's been nip and tuck the whole way. Beacons had plenty of chances to win Game 1, but fell 4-3. Hoban misses low. Count is full. Aruda will see a 7th pitch of this at bat. Hoban trying to avoid her 3rd walk of the game. The cold weather can be tough to grip the ball from time to time. 3-2. Hit hard to center field, but straight at the center fielder, Paulina. Wow, you couldn't hit it harder than what Brooke Aruda just did right there. She's unlucky, and there's 1 down in the 4th. One down, Brittany DeMota will bat. And for her first hit of the day, she grounded to second back in the 2nd inning. Pitch bounces low out of Hoban's hand. She's lost a few of them in the dirt so far today. Here's a 1-0 offering up high. Count 2-0 to DeMota. Playing in her 23rd game. She's one of 3 Owls to start and play every single game so far. One of 2 position players. The other is the DP, Galavati. That's rule. The ball just off the plate, and it's 3-0 to DeMota. Here the planes flying overhead on their approach to Logan. The 3-0, way outside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to DeMota. 3rd walk today issued by Hoban. Runner on first and only 1 out here in the 4th. And Annie Thomas will come in, so Hoban does her job. She goes 3 1/3, allows just the 2 runs so far. 3 walks for Hoban. She gave up 3 hits as well. Only 1 of her 2 runs is earned. Remember, that first inning run was unearned. So good work by Hoban, who also strikes out 1. And now Annie Thomas will come in. Thomas coming back from an injury. So still not at 100% where she can pitch 100, 150 pitches a game. She's looking to come in and close things out with the Beacons leading 3-2. Thomas is a sophomore from Lunenburg, Massachusetts, out of Leominster High School. Remember last year she had a tremendous freshman season, including maybe her best outing of the year against Keene State, pitching in the Little East Conference semifinals. She kept Keene State off the board in a 1-0 win, giving up just 4 hits over 7 innings. One of the most unique walk-on songs in Beacon softball history here for Annie Thomas. Her numbers this season, pitching through the injury before she got things looked at. In 5 games with 3 starts, she was 2-0 with a 4.27 ERA. She pitched 19 2/3 innings, gave up 23 hits, 12 earned runs, walked 9, and struck out 11. So Thomas ready to go, and you can see her teammates all chuckling in the infield as well. You don't see a walk-on song like that very often that mixes political speech with EDM beats.
Now pitching for your Beacon.
So Thomas in the circle, 1 down. Kristen Boduck will bat for Keene State, and I'm sure they're not all that excited about looking across at Annie Thomas, who shut them out last year, eliminating them, ending Keene State's season in the conference semifinals. Thomas misses low for ball 1. Tough to come in cold like this for Annie Thomas. It is a really chilly day in Boston. Thomas delivers outside for a ball. 2-0 count to Kristen Boduck, who walked on 5 pitches in her first at-bat of Game 2. Boduck watches a called strike. Good spot from Thomas on the outside corner. Count goes to 2-1. One down in the inning to pitch. Ground ball foul, and the count goes to 2-2. First batter for Annie Thomas. If she can get back to 100%, could be a really good 1-2 punch, along with what we saw from Jess Greenspan both today and really what we've seen from her over the last couple of months. 2-2. Just missed away, and the count runs full. With 1 down, Demota's got some speed over at first. Let's see if she's thinking about moving here on a full count pitch. Annie Thomas delivers a 3-2. Popped up, foul, and out of play. Runner was not going on the pitch. Count stays at 3-2. Another payoff pitch. Ground ball hit to third. Backhanded snap. Tully the throw, and she's got it. Really good play by Alyssa Tully. Demota moves up into scoring position, but it's a big second out. Annie Thomas gets the first batter she retires, winning an 8-pitch at-bat against Kristen Boduck. First at-bat of game number 2 for Michaela Pacey, who went 0 for 3 in game 1. Pacey's a freshman shortstop from Salem, New Hampshire. She takes a first pitch strike from Annie Thomas. Thomas rocks and fires. Another strike on the outside corner. Seems like Annie Thomas had a few bullets stored up for this one. Excited to get back out on the home field here in Boston after fighting through an injury. 0-2 delivery. Just missed as she went down for the knees on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Pacey. Thomas coming home, That's where the ball. Pacey had called time, never given it. And she's lucky that that did not find the plate. 2-ball, 2-strike count now to Michaela Pacey. And now here's a 2-2 to Michaela Pacey. Fouled back. She'll live to see another at bat. Well, a heady play by Annie Thomas to throw that pitch. Time never issued. She just kept coming. Unfortunately for her, she missed it. One of the more unique things. They say you see something new every time you come to the ballpark. We've seen a couple interesting things today. 2-2. Pacey spoils another one. So Pacey's seen 6 pitches, though she's actually watched 5 of them. She was looking the other way when one came through. Here comes the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Grounded foul, and Pacey will see at least one more. Long at-bat from Pacey. One thing you got to compliment with the Keene State hitters, they really battle with 2 strikes, both in Game 1 and Game 2. They've fought off numerous tough 2-strike pitches. We saw Kayla Votto pick up 3 2-strike hits in Game 1. Pacey spoils off another one. She'll see a 9th pitch of this at-bat. Annie Thomas trying to put her away. Here comes Thomas's pitch. Grounded back toward her. Takes a low hop. She underhand flips to Mitziaris. And that's it for the inning. Winning the long battle. Keene State strands Demota at second. To the bottom of the 4th we go. 3-2 UMass Boston. We move to the bottom of the 4th inning in Boston on a breezy, nippy day. It was about 80 degrees yesterday. It is in the mid-40s today. Gigi Braga will lead things off for UMass Boston in the bottom of the 4th. She's 0 for 1 in Game 2 with a ground out. Overall 0 for 3 on the day, but has reached base twice on a pair of walks and scored a run. Braga will face Molly St. Germain, who is pitching her 13th inning of the day. She's been the only Keene State pitcher through a 9-inning Game 1 and Game 2. Gigi Braga slammed one off the Keene State dugout. Looked to us with a smile. Gigi Braga really lively. 0-1 coming to her. Is down low for a ball. Mentioned earlier, she's oftentimes part of the production crew for these Beacons Broadcast Network events, especially during the softball off season. Always has a smile on the face. The 1-1 fouled away again, and it's now 1-2. One ball, 2-strike count. St. Germain in the circle, looking for only her 4th strikeout of the day. Won't get it there as Braga fights it off. Good spoiled swing there, knowing that that wasn't one she was going to drive, just whacking it away. Bottom of the 4th, Scheduled for 7, but sunsets within the next half hour. Just need to get through 5 for it to be an official game. Braga swings through it, down on strikes. Second strikeout for St. Germain in game 2, her 4th of the day. So with 1 out, back to the top of the order, and Ari Bellata will re-enter. It's a great sign for the Beacons. Remember, she left in the first inning with an injury rounding third after her single. Giovanna Bonilla popped out in this spot in the second inning as Bonilla replaced her. Bellata, the right fielder, so must be feeling good enough to stretch the legs again. 1-0. Drives this one, left field, still limping her way down to first as the center fielder Guerrero comes over to put it away. So wanted to get Bellata's bat in there, but she likely will not be back out in the field, still struggling to get down the line. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. Keene State needs quick innings because they want as many chances as they can to come back into this one with the daylight waning. There's Kiera Prusmack. There is nobody hotter in the Beacon lineup right now. Prusmack is 5 for 6 today. She has 9 hits over the last 4 Beacon games, but she does swing through that one for strike 1. Prusmack was 4 for 7 over the weekend against UMass Dartmouth. And again, today 5 for 6, so that's 9 for 13. Tripled in her last at bat, grounds this one through the whole left side. Prusmack is 3 for 3 in game 2. She is 6 for 7 in the day. And nobody can get Kiera Prusmack out right now. She's a speed threat, 7 stolen bases this season, on first with 2 outs as Roxy Vento will bat. Vento 1 for 2, singled in the first, an RBI ground out in the third. Overall today, Vento is 4 for 6 with 3 RBIs. Vento takes a ball here. She was 3 for 4 in game 1, and now 1 for 2 here in game 2. Vento watches a ball go outside. She hasn't done anything to hurt her league-leading batting average. It was .443 coming in. With the 4 for 6 day today, only goes up. 2-0 to Vento. Make it a 5 for 7 day as she bingos that one up the middle. Prusmack stops at second. Back-to-back 2-out base hits for the Beacons as Gia Raskowski will hit. Raskowski's single in the third came around to score a run on Caitlin Morse's infield single. Beacons trying to extend this inning, pick up a couple more runs, and then get 3 more outs in the top of the 5th. 2 hits today for Raskowski against St. Germain. Drops this one down in right field in front of Demota. Station to station for the Beacons as Prusmack stops at third. Likely would have scored as Demota's throw goes high. 3 hits in a row for UMass Boston. Bases loaded for Caitlin Morse. Morse is 1 for 2 in game 2. A fielder's choice and a single. Her single drove home a run, and then she scored as well. First pitch to Morse. That's off the plate away, ball 1. Beacons left the bases loaded in the first. Morse hoping to help the Beacons avoid that here in inning number 4. Morse swings over the top of the fastball, 1-1. One, grounded hard foul, left of third. It's 1-2. Camo looking for the biggest hit of this day so far for UMass Boston to break the game open a bit, give the Beacons a cushion in the bottom of the 4th. 1-2. Moore swings and misses, strike 3. Third strikeout for St. Germain. UMass Boston has now left 8 runners on base through 4. Beacons do not score. 3-2 after 4 on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Annie Thomas back to work as we play the top of inning number 5. 3 outs here would make it an official game as light is waning in Boston. Sunset is in 23 minutes. 3-2, UMass Boston leads Keene State. One defensive change, Gia Raskowski goes from designated player to right field, so she's in right. Ari Bellotta will stay in the game, but she becomes the designated player.
Leading off the top of the 5th for Keene State, number 5, Kayla Votto.
Leadoff batter Kayla Votto at the plate against Annie Thomas. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Votto in game number 2 is 0 for 1, a fly out and a walk. In game 1, she had 3 hits, scored 2 runs, and drove in the game-winning run with a sac fly. Line drive to second. Morse has it. She'll throw to first just to be sure, and the umpire calls it out after the throw, 4-3. That looked pretty cleanly like a line out, and that's how we're going to score it officially over here, L4.
How about number 13, Molly St. Germain?
Here's the pitcher, Molly St. Germain. 3 hits today, including a double in game 2. She scored one of Keene State's 2 runs here in this second game. St. Germain fouls this one back. If you're looking for an indication on if it's getting darker, the streetlights have come on. Yeah, and they're starting to illuminate some of the construction vehicles out behind left field. Here comes an 0-1 from Annie Thomas. Ground ball up the middle, base hit. Molly St. Germain has had herself a full day. She has pitched 13 innings, and she has now 4 hits for Keene State. If you're Keene State here, you got to think about this almost like it's the 7th inning. Game could end at the end of this inning, so they're doing what they can to try and make sure that Keene State can find the tying run. Molly St. Germain is just getting her sweatshirt actually from the dugout as she's the pitcher, so cover it up and keep her loose. St. Germain stays on first. Jenny Galavati bats for Keene State. Galavati doubled in the 3rd inning, her first hit of the day in 6 tries. Remember, she has 6 home runs this season. There's a called strike. Ball splits the plate in half. Annie Thomas deals an 0-1. Rise ball high. Ball and a strike. Tying run, Molly St. Gervais is on first. 1-1. That's a called strike, outside corner. Good pitch from Annie Thomas, who has come in relief for UMass Boston. Pitched the last inning, allowing just the 1 hit here with St. Gervais reaching on the single. The 1-2 delivery. Into the Beacon dugout on a check swing, so Galvati returns Braga's favor. Count stays at 1-2. One-two delivery, off speed, off the plate. 2-2 to Galavati. Reigning Little East Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Annie Thomas's 2-2 windmill and pitch. It's ball 3 wide. So Galavati would be the go-ahead run if she reaches. It's gotten the count back to 3-2. 7th pitch of this at-bat, Annie Thomas. Brings it to the plate. Grounded foul. Galavati will see an 8th pitch of the at-bat. And if the Beacons can get through this half inning with the lead, game will be official. They'll have a 3-2 lead with darkness coming. Annie Thomas deals. Rise ball, high ball 4. 8-pitch walk for Jenny Galavati. Great at bat. 2 on, only 1 down, and Olivia Indorf will bat. Indorf doubled home a run in the 3rd to put Keene State up 2-0 at the time. Since then, UMass Boston has scored the last 3. There's a called strike on the inside corner, clipping the plate to get Indorf. Wind and fire on 0-1. Fastball catches the outside corner. Annie Thomas up 0-2 with 1 down, and the Beacons leading by 1. Annie Thomas, sophomore from Lunenburg, comes home on 0-2. Ball's flared foul. The count holds at 0-2. Indorf has 2 hits, 2 RBIs today. 1 in game 1, 1 in game 2. Here comes an 0-2 pitch. Grounded slowly, foul left of 3rd. See if Thomas can finish Indorf off. 5th pitch of the at-bat. Off the plate away, 1-2. Again, another 2-strike at-bat where the Owls are battling so hard to put away at the end. One, 2. Ground ball up the middle and past the diving Morse. St. Gervais rounds 3rd. Here's the throw. She's safe. Paulina's got a cannon, but that ball was hit too slowly. 2nd RBI for Insdorf. It's 3-3, top 5. And now the go-ahead run, Galvati, is at 2nd, and all of a sudden, if you're UMass Boston, you start worrying about the daylight. If Keene State were to take the lead here, you'd be running out of chances. Eliza Guerrero is 0 for 2 today. She takes a strike on the outside corner. Just 1 down, Annie Thomas delivers. Fastball over the outside corner. That Indorf hit, another 2-strike hit for Keene State. And coming through with big 2-strike or 2-out hits throughout the course of this one. Now an 0-2. It hit her. Got away from Thomas. Bases loaded for Brooke Aruda, who hammered a ball in her last at-bat. A deep line out to center. Catcher Roxy Vento out to talk to Annie Thomas.
Now batting number 23, Brooke Aruda.
Aruda 0 for 3 overall today, 0 for 2 in this game, but hammered a ball in her last at-bat. And she takes a called strike here. Bases loaded, 3-3 game, top 5. Keene State won game 1 in the doubleheader, and in a game that likely isn't going to get past the 5th inning here, Keene State trying to take the lead in game 2. Aruda flies this one center field. Is it deep enough to score the run? Paulina makes the catch. Galavati's coming. The throw in time. It guns her down. Taylor Paulina throws out the go-ahead run from center, and the inning ends on a double play. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 3-3 on the Beacons Broadcast Network. We move to the bottom of inning number 5, scheduled for 7 in Game 2 of the doubleheader, but we have just 12 minutes until sunset. So this will likely be our last inning of play, tied at 3. Either the game will end up suspended 3-3 and they'll need to resume it at some point, or UMass Boston can get the win here with a run scored. Tully, Mitsiaris, and Paulina due up for the Beacons. Taylor Paulina just kept the Beacons tied with a cannon of a throw on a fly ball to center. She made the catch and then threw out the runner Galavati at the plate. Tremendous throw and a good tag by Vento, the catcher, as well.
Now batting number 14, Alyssa Tully.
Molly St. Germain continues to work and throws a strike. St. Germain has pitched 13 innings today. She has given up 6 earned runs. 0-1. That's a called strike. On the corner, counts 0-2. Delivery, swing and a miss. St. Germain has struck out 2 in a row and 4 this game after just 2 strikeouts through 9 innings in Game 1. One down for Lauren Mitsiaris.
Now batting number 19, Lauren Mitsiaris.
Nearly had a walk-off home run in game number 1. Ball hooked just foul at the end. There's a called strike. Mitsiaris 1 for 2, a strikeout and an RBI single so far in this second game. Fouls this ball back to bring the count to 0-2. From Molly St. Germain. Fly ball, center field, medium depth. That's easy for Guerrero. 2 down. Quick work so far from Molly St. Germain, getting through 6 and 7. She'll face Taylor Paulina, who's the reason this game is still tied at 3. Paulino threw a perfect strike from dead center to cut down Galavati. On a sacrifice fly attempt at the end of the top of the 5th. First pitch swinging, Paulina grounds this short. The throw across from the shortstop Pacey is in time for out number 3. So that ends the 5th. Still tied at 3. Umpires look like we'll continue the action for now. 3-3 heading to the 6th on the Beacons Broadcast Network. We continue to inning number 6. Only 8 minutes of daylight left. Jess Greenspan in after 9 innings, a complete game in Game 1 where she gave up 4 runs on 9 hits. She takes over for Annie Thomas. The line on Annie Thomas, an inning and 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run. She walked 2, didn't strike anybody out. 7-8-9 in the order for Keene State, starting with Brittany DeMota. She takes strike 1 from Jess Greenspan. Greenspan threw more than 130 pitches in Game 1, and she's back out here in game number 2. Fastball just high and moves the count to 1-1. Greenspan's been great in her freshman season, a 2.25 ERA coming into the day. 118 innings pitched. She's given up 130 hits, only walked 28. Hard hit ground ball to third. Tully's got it. Her throw is in time. One away on the ground out. Kristen Boduck will bat.
Now batting number 1, Kristen Boduck.
Boduck walked in the second. She grounded out to third in the fourth. She's seen 13 pitches over her first 2 at-bats. Bunts this one foul. 2 bunt singles back in game 1 for Boduck. Good at finding ways to use her speed to get on base. Oh, 1. Knocked foul over the top of third and moves the count to 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Jess Greenspan picks up her first strikeout of game 2. 2 away, bases empty for the 9-hole hitter, Michaela Pacey.
Now batting number 4, Michaela Pacey.
Greenspan's first pitch, fly ball, shallow right field. First baseman Mitsiaris going back makes the catch. Lauren Mitsiaris takes it away, and we move to the bottom of the 6th. 3-3 score. Beacons can win it with a run here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Umpires brought the coaches together, so this will likely be it. Beacons and Keene State, 3-all bottom 6. Either this game will be suspended as a 3-3 tie, need to be picked up at some point, or the Beacons will win it here with a run in the bottom of the 6th, trying to split this doubleheader with Keene State. First pitch to Gigi Braga is a strike. Braga 0 for 2. She grounded out in the second, and she struck out swinging in the fourth. 0-1. Lashes at it foul over the top of third. That moves the count to 0-2. Braga trying to set the table. Ari Bellata is on deck. Braga fouls another one away. Right off those basically bulletproof windows. And the count stays 0-2 on Braga. Pitch from Molly St. Germain misses outside for a ball. St. Germain's 1-2. Fouled away again. Oh, caught a fan in the foot over there. That's going to sting on a cold day. Still 1-2. Molly St. Germain delivers. Rise ball way high. It's 2-2. Gigi Braga, the leadoff batter here, then Ari Bellata and Kiera Prusmack for the Beacons. Prusmack 3 for 3 in this game, 6 for 7 overall today. Again, it's fought away. Braga doing a great job seeing pitches. She'll see her 8th pitch of this at-bat. Well, we said there wasn't much daylight left, and Gigi Braga's decided to use all of it with this at-bat. 7:28. The official time of sunset in Boston today is 7:30. Braga fights off another one. She might be up there until 7:30 tomorrow morning. Eighth pitch of the at-bat, grounded slowly to third. Aruda throws, not in time. Gigi Braga's safe, an infield single. So she's the winning run over there at first. Here's Ari Bellata playing injured. 1 for 2, a single and a flyout.
Number 13, Ari Bellata.
Doesn't have much left to run, so she's just looking to slug it somewhere, maybe bunt Braga over. She bunts the first pitch foul. Lights on around the facility here. The construction lights, the street lights, all have come on as the sun is basically set. Bellata takes high for a ball. Can't be easy right now to see the stitches. One. Bunts it back to the pitcher. St. Germain kicked it. Her throw is just in time to get Bellata. Now, if Bellata hadn't had the knee injury, she would have beaten that out. Instead of sacrifice, they'll score it 1-4. Does move Braga to second as the winning run. Kiera Prusmack will try to blast her home with her 4th hit of this game and her 7th hit today. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a triple in game 2. She was 3 for 4 with 3 singles in game 1.
Now batting number 12, Kiera Prusmack.
First pitch to Prusmack, swinging, fouls it back. Kiera Prusmack swings a lot. She's aggressive as a slap hitter. Swings at the first pitch pretty often as well. Her triple earlier was a first pitch triple. Oh-1. Prusmack fouls it away. Count to 0-2. Now, Roxy Vento will get another chance as well for the Beacons. Vento has 5 hits and 7 tries and 3 RBIs today. She's waiting on deck if Prusmack can't punch the base runner Braga home. Prusmack fights another one off foul. Twilight in Boston. Beacons looking for a win before darkness. Prusmack fights another one foul. She'll see her 5th pitch of this at-bat. Here comes the 0-2. Prusmack line drive up the middle past the diving infielder. Braga rounds third. The throw late. She scores. 4-3 Beacons. So UMass Boston leads. They will play this inning to its conclusion most likely, but this is an official game now, and UMass Boston leads 4-3. Kiera Prusmack is 7 for 8 today. 7 for 8. What a day. Roxy Vento, first pitch swinging, fly ball deep left field, carrying and banging off the wall. Prusmack to third, she stops there. Roxy Vento has her 6th hit of the day. Roxy Vento and Kiera Prusmack are a combined 13 for 16 today. That is absurd. So 2 on, already 4-3 Beacons. 1 down. This game will be official when this half inning ends. So if you're UMass Boston, maybe you just be okay with settling for this. But hey, you might as well keep racking up when you have the opportunity. Gia Raskowski, first pitch, hacks it off the windows for strike 1. Oh, 1 to Raskowski. Bunting on the squeeze. Here comes Prusmack. Flip to the plate. She's safe. Suicide squeeze. Second RBI for Raskowski. 5-3 Beacons. Manufacturing runs here. Raskowski tagged with the fielder's choice, but she picks up the RBI on the suicide squeeze.
Now batting number 7,
brings up Caitlin Morse. Morse, ground ball to short, bounces off the shortstop, Pacey. It's an E6. Bases loaded. Alyssa Tully steps in, and Beacons leading 5-3. 2 runs already home this inning as the pitch is high to Tully. Braga and Prusmack have both scored. RBIs for Prusmack and Raskowski. 1-0. Comes inside and it hit Tully. Clipped her running in. 6-3 UMass Boston. Vento scores. And I think this might be it. So we'll wait and let you know what is said by the umpires here and what the decision is. So we'll wait again. Once we get the official word, we'll let you know. 3 runs home for the Beacons in the bottom of this 6th inning. So the teams will line it up. We'll get the situation explanation here.
So the umpires are going to come over. It's 6-3, bottom of the 6th. So in case the commissioner says that we have to play this out, which we shouldn't, but it's 6-3, bottom of the 6th, bases loaded, number 19's up. So you keep the lineups exactly as is. They should come over before they leave.
So the explanation is 6-3 Beacons. They will freeze everything just in case the Little East Commissioner decides the game needs to be completed, but otherwise Beacons win an official game 6-3 and split the doubleheader. So a big 3-run bottom of the 6th for the Beacons. And right now it's put them in position for a victory. Take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. So UMass Boston wins a darkness-shortened game with a 6-3 victory in 6 innings. 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th for the Beacons. They move to 17-8, 4-4 in the conference. Keene State falls to 13-10, 4-2 in the conference. The Beacons will be a game behind Keene State at the end of the night in the conference standings. All in all, good day on both sides. Both teams leave here with a win. Competitive softball all the way around. Thank you to our production crew here on the Beacons Broadcast Network. And also look ahead at what's coming up next for the Beacons on Thursday. UMass Boston will be here at home. They'll take on Salem State in a doubleheader. That game starts at 3 p.m. We'll have it for you on the Beacons Broadcast Network. Then it's back to conference play for the Beacons to play some crucial games starting Saturday. Thank you to our broadcast crew, producer Seth Arensky, director Christine Embry, Rachel Mayette is the camera woman. And I'm Bill Spalding, happy to be with you here on the commentary. Once again, these teams split the doubleheaders. Game 1, 4-3 Keene State in 9 innings. Game 2, 6-3 UMass Boston in 6 innings. For the entire crew, Bill Spalding saying so long. Have a great night.